we're back for 73E, our last episode of the day. Yeah, I like grow wheat and sell it. And since I have 10-10-10 wheat, and I'm growing a lot more wheat, that's a good idea. Thank you for the advice. And that's funny because I didn't think about that. I thought, man, I got to go out in the world and grab more. Just grab more. Alright, so go back home. Gosh dang it. When your Windows key is right next to your control, sometimes you mess up. See, each of the like my chicken herder can grab the wheat out of it. Several stacks of it, as a matter of fact. Let's put some of this stuff away, though. See, I used to live over here, and then I built my mine colony, and now I live over there. I've got that whole field right here. It's 10-10-10 wheat. So what market are we talking about? Which market are you talking about, Strong Dad? Or is it neither of these? These are all buy. Buy, sell. Market from Pam's. Alright, so how do I sell? Plenty of wheat. Isn't there also a means of selling? Yeah, but all this is going to get me is those coins. Other is bone meal. This is where I got a lot of the saplings that are growing around here. The ones I didn't make. So I'm not seeing how to sell it. A little help? That's where I sell it, right there. No? Shipping bin. An emerald to get, right? Yeah, that's not it. Alright, so looking for wheat. Maybe wheat doesn't actually have. Or maybe it does. There's so many items that, man, you could probably scroll for a long time and not see what you're looking for. Cabbage, corn, onion, cucumber, artichoke, cotton, cactus, fruit, elderberry, spice leaf, arrowroot. Some of these I've already made. I could actually just go grow those in my agricraft. Curry leaf, quinoa, ginger, asparagus. Yeah, I'm not seeing... although, you know, we're not through the whole thing. Let's see. Looking for wheat. Barley. Rice. Yeah, I'm only halfway through this and there's so many items. Wheat. Wheat. All right, there we go. So found wheat. Man, it takes... Although that's good. Hopefully it stays on wheat the next time, right? And thank you for recommending it. I appreciate it because, like I said, I was going out in the world to hunt it down. That's right, it could be worse. Right, better than hunting it. You are correct. Alright, so let's do this. Wheat. Only 194 in here. But let's go grab this guy's only got carrots. Let's see, I've got wheat growing in the shepherd. Really? I've got wheat growing in the bakery. I've got wheat growing in the farm. I set up these cloches so that when I had the colony running, everybody had what they needed as far as, you know, I didn't have to keep running around grabbing wheat for these guys. So that's why I set these up. And I set one up in the chicken, the farm, As you can see, I've got a little bit of wheat to sell. Yeah. 4K wheat. Thing is, I need a lot of emeralds for what I'm trying to do. How's the light pack differ from this pack? Is it just not as many mods? Because this one's got 321 active mods. I agree. It should net me a couple of stacks, right? I've had these cloches up and running for a while, so... As you can see, they're putting out some... They were doing some work, so... You know, cyclic is a cool mod, but it's not something that I actively use a lot of. I mean, I use it, don't get me wrong, but it's not like I always go, hey, you know, we need to do something out of cyclic today. That's not how I use it. I just use it. It's kind of a more of an afterthought. In fact, I had one of the guys watching a stream recommend the cyclic hearts to boost my hearts. And so I did that. Auto harvesters are cool. I think I've got, I don't know what mod it's from. The cloche, growing things for you, automating it so you don't have to do anything. Ender IO, then pushing that stuff into any storage system really helps. I use 2 harvesters, one for my coal. I use the industrial foregoing plant interactor. So it just basically makes the plant drop stuff. Alright, so let's grab that wheat again and fill up what we did not have filled up. Yeah, it just takes a little bit longer. No, that's wrong. I don't mean longer. This just takes a little bit of doing to get done. Doesn't take any longer. In fact, it's quicker and easier, right? Thank you for suggesting it, because like I said, I would have been hunting the world for emeralds. And there's outcroppings all over the world. So if you don't have immersive engineering, you're right, you don't. Because that's where the cloches come from. What I was doing today, you know, today's whole process was trying to complete this portion of Introduction to Science. I still need the hot tungsten steel ingot. I still need the ultimate tools, the advanced drill and the advanced chainsaw. Got that cobblestone again. They are. You can make, with AgriCraft, Emeralis plant. You know, breed an Emeralis plant through AgriCraft. But it has to sit on emerald ore, which means you need a Oh, okay. Cloches are there? Yeah, the garden cloche is kind of cool if you are using it for growing stuff, when you just to build stuff up. Like I use it for, watch, if we take away the wheat, every one of these essences is in a garden cloche uh, just feeding stuff. And it's really cool because you use the Ender IO pipes. You use the Ender. I'll show you exactly how they work. A little bit of power, a little bit of water, and you pull the stuff right out of it. All right, so these are cloches right here. This cloche right here is running iron seeds. You need water and power. So I've supplied it power through the flux network. I've supplied it water through Ender IO piping and a sink, and then I take the stuff out of it with the Ender IOs here and take it downstairs into storage drawers. And then, I've hooked up a controller in order to access them through my ME system. We were working on selling wheat in order to get, and that's how they work. Once you've built one, and at this point I have 57 other ones that I could still work on. I haven't made all of the mystical agriculture crops yet, so I still have lots of stuff I could be putting in, I guess. I don't know what's the right way to say it, but that's how they work. You put the dirt in them, you put the seed in them, and the cool thing is with mystical agriculture seeds, I don't know if you saw, with most mystical agriculture seeds, if you've got a 10-10-10 seed, it'll give you, it's just one seed. That's it. One seed in there to produce the essence. But 10-10-10 seeds give you more essence per... how fast does it generate resources? Let's take a look. Chrome was the last seed I made. Actually, no it wasn't. I can tell you the last seed I made. And it might not be chrome. It's the last seed that I planted is brass. So, brass seeds. I have 585 of them from yesterday, and that's been the 2.5 hours I've played today, plus I made those early yesterday, so maybe 5 hours, about 100 an hour of sit time. Okay, so if you don't have agricraft, that's fine. You still, if you have mystical agriculture, you can still put the seed in it, and it might take you just a little tiny bit longer to get what you want. But the cool thing is, like when I wanted, let's go down here. When I didn't want to build a sugarcane farm, because that's one of those things, it's early game, you build a sugarcane farm, you get sugar for paper, blah blah blah, right? So what I did was I put it in a cloche. Okay, I've got a crate full of sugarcane, and when I need sugarcane, I come down here, I pick up the sugarcane. I could probably sell sugarcane too, but I've got this small storage crate full. The cool thing about cloches is once they get full, they stop. So there's no loss. They just stop. So if you've got, like, I've got the drawers that they're going into downstairs for the essence. If you get one of those drawers filled, it's not like you're going to lose resources. It just stops. Even as if you've got it in a field and you haven't harvested it. That's how it works. And because you're not always going to be looking for that piece, the brass or the iron or the whatever it is, you can afford to just let the stuff sit and accumulate while you're working. I'm not saying you're doing your mystical agriculture wrong. What I'm saying is cloches are a good way to get huge amounts of the mystical agriculture stuff without having to actually sit on the crops all the time. Is that making sense? It's a good way to automate the mystical agriculture crops. And since this pack has so many of them, I wanted to automate it as soon as I could, so I went to the cloches. Oh, yeah. And I used to do this right here, the farming station for everything. And I just at first pump them into chests, and then from chests pull them into my system. Right. I get what you're saying. So you're doing it's just you haven't automated it. You haven't, what I'm saying, how do I want to say this? You have automated it, but you haven't automated it to a point that, what happens when it's full? Right, the one drop at a time, one crop at a time. That's the key right there. The one crop at a time is where you're kind of losing it. Whereas I'm running, you saw, I don't know if you counted them, but there's yes, the Ender IO farming station does allow multiple crops in the same field. In fact, most of my fields with an Ender IO station, because you have on the Ender IO station, you have each of these coordinates, each of these sides. So you've got like a southwest, a southeast, a northeast, and northwest. I will put seeds that are I'll lock seeds to only the southeast, lock seeds to the southwest, south, northeast, northwest. So I can have 4 crops per 9x9 field. And with this having an octatic capacitor instead of a double layer, all I've got is a double layer now. The field actually can go bigger than a 9x9. 1, 2, 3, 4. With a double layer capacitor, you can do it's an 11 field. But you lose water unless you do something like the Actually Additions worm. The other thing is, if you I don't know if your pack has it, I'm not sure. If you do the fertilized soil, excuse me a second, let me look it up. The fertilized farmland, fertilized dirt from random things, doesn't require water, and it gives you a better. Right. So I use the Ender IO farming station specifically for my Insanium only. I use the fertilized dirt will not work in cloches, but it does work in your field. So if you're using the fertilized dirt, come on. If you're using the fertilized dirt, you don't need water, and it gives you an increase in crop growth. You can walk and jump on it without losing the plants, blah, blah, blah. So for this field right here, this 9x9, I've got the worms, so I don't have anything here. But this 9x9, I use the industrial foregoing, or the industrial foregoing plant interactor, and I use vacuum hoppers to pull everything into. First, I pull it into here. Then from here, I push it into this in order to grab it and put it into the system. Okay. The other thing that I do, this is how I like to make my farms. When I'm doing mystical agriculture, I'll do 16, 16, 16, 16. These have, hold on a second, I have to kill this rifter. Where are you? I don't like the fact that they can walk into my frickin' farm. I don't think you're doing the worst one. And you're right, there are so many ways to farm. Like I said, one of the things I enjoy about Minecraft is that every time I see how somebody else does, I follow Direwolf, I follow XP Crafted, I follow Hypnotize, I follow Dadcraft. I follow a lot of people, but this pack has the growth accelerators in them. These growth accelerators right here. So you can stack these. That's the agricraft part. You have to do the stakes in order to grow an agricraft seed. Otherwise it becomes a regular seed again and you lose the 10-10-10s. So if you were doing the farm like I'm doing, but without agricraft, you wouldn't have the stakes. But these growth accelerators from Mystical Agriculture, you place these underneath and it makes make them on top. Right. So you understand. I got off on a tangent. We got 2 minutes of this episode left, and I'm still trying to get the rest of the... Sorry. Not what? Wheat. I'm still trying to grab more... emeralds. One of the things that I do too is that I just started with this series. I don't do a lot of work between episodes. I do it real time on the episode. So the grind portion is, don't be sorry, man. It's a good thing. You're actually learning. And that's what I was talking about. You know, I follow so many people that do so many things different ways. It's cool to see it. Right. And that's the cool thing about modded Minecraft is that there's not necessarily any one right way to do it. Mods tend to make things a little OP, and that helps. Especially if you're not... I've never been a vanilla Minecrafter, and I shouldn't say never. I've played Minecraft on both the Xbox and the PS4, but as soon as I found modded Minecraft, I stopped playing those because I enjoy all the cool things in modded. You know, all of the neat things that you can do, like emeralds. Think about what I would have to do in order to find emeralds. In the world, I'm either mining for it for an entire 2.5 hour stream, or I'm hunting for them somewhere in the overworld or the end or the... Right? Yeah. It's funny because you see... I've seen modded players try to vanilla and not be able to. I've not really ever spent, or I shouldn't say not really ever, I've hardly spent any time vanilla, so, you know, that's where I'm at. What do the divination rods do? Yeah, I don't have a divination rod. Divining rods. Okay, divining rods. Oh. Oh, okay. So you can make it random things. So you can make it to hunt for. Cool. Holding this in your main or offhand highlights emerald ore. Alright, so that's all I've got for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. My name's NHarmzWay. I hope everybody has a great day. We'll see you guys back next time. Thanks for coming in strong, Dad, and keeping me company. I appreciate it. It's nice to be able to interact with people who also play Minecraft. Yeah, I see this. Those are cool. Can help me find specific resources. And 1111 cubes centered on you. And it's not difficult to make. Holding it in my hand or my offhand. Alright, so if you were here from YouTube, I hope you guys enjoy. Like, subscribe. If you are a subscriber, hit the notification bell. I try and put out videos 5 days a week. We'll talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye.